What's the most explosive X factor in the battle for West Bengal? Not rallies, not rhetoric, but the voters list itself. The SIR, or the Special Intensive Revision of Electoral Rolls by the Election Commission of India, was meant to clean up bogus voters from the electoral rolls. What the SIR has also done is trigger a massive political firestorm. The one question that everyone is asking is whether SIR deletions can actually change the end outcome of the battle for West Bengal. Everyone has a strong point of view, but there is no clarity around the data. There's a reason for that. There is no seat-wise SIR deletion data that's available in the public domain. But here's what we know for the state of West Bengal. From November 25 to now, 11.6% of the voters who were registered on the electoral rolls of the state of West Bengal have now been taken out of the electoral rolls. In November 25, 7.7 crore voters were registered. As of today, that's come down to 6.8 crore. That's 89 lakh voters gone. 11.6% of the overall voters who were registered in November 25 are no longer there. Now this is very important because to understand what's happened, you need to actually take a look at what happened in West Bengal in the last elections in 2021. Now remember, 11.6% of the overall voters gone. If you look at the state of West Bengal, the gap between the TMC and the BJP in 2021 was just 10%. TMC at 48, the BJP at 38. Now the gap was 10% and now 11.6% of the voters are now gone. Now here's what, at the starting point, the West Bengal Assembly elections or the Assembly look like. 294 seats, in total 174 to form a majority, 215 were won by TMC, 77 won by the BJP, 1 by the left, none by the Congress. Now this is what the situation was at the starting point of the election. Now what I want to do is try to understand the impact of the deletion of the SIR on the votes. What I've done is I've looked at district-wise SIR deletions to get a sense of where the maximum deletions have taken place. If you look at the heat map of West Bengal, the maximum deletions have taken place in the districts which are adjoining Bangladesh. You see the darker red on the heat map in front of you? The maximum deletions have happened largely in districts along the bordering regions with Bangladesh. So, take a look at the districts where the impact is more than the average. The average for the state is 11.6%. So which are the districts which are the most impacted by the SIR deletions? There is Paschim Bardhaman, where 16.4% of the voters have been deleted. What you have over here is the lead that the TMC had over the BJP in the last election. Remember, when you look at 16.4% voters gone, contrast this with the lead the TMC had in that particular election in that district with the BJP, which is just 2.7%. In Dakshin Dinaj, for example, the TMC lead was just 4.2%. Today, 13.2% of the voters have now been knocked off. So the lead is only 2.7%, 16% of the voters knocked off. That lead could now look very different. In Howrah, for example, the lead that the TMC had was just 14.2. Today, 14.3% of the voters have been knocked off. These are just 10 districts that we're looking at. This gives you a sense of the kind of lead that the TMC had in those districts over the BJP, and second, what is the impact of the deletion that's taken place. You look at Malda, you look at South Parganas, you look at Kolkata North. The lead was 20, 29, 31, 35, but the impact that the SI deletion has had is 14, 12, 29%, as much as the lead in case of Kolkata North. Look at Murshidabad, 12.9%, Kolkata South, 27.3%. These are districts where the SI deletion impact has been more than the average of 11.6%, which therefore, most critics argue, brings the TMC's lead with the BJP actually down. So these are the districts where the average deletion is more than the state average. Now, if you look at these seats basically, and you add the number of seats across these districts. So these are basically a total of in the seats where a lot of the deletions have happened, the TMC had a huge lead. 129 wins for the BJP. The BJP had won just 24. So the lead that the TMC had over the BJP in the districts where the maximum excise deletions have taken place was 105. That's a 17% vote share advantage over the BJP in the districts where the maximum SI deletions have happened. So the question then is, and that's what's been argued in all the analysis, is do the SI deletions disproportionately help the BJP, or will the BJP also be hurt? Because there are communities like the Matua community which could also be potentially impacted by the SI deletion. So there are a lot of scenarios that we're looking at here, which we will debate today at the show at 9 p.m. with me, Karan Seth, your host. Thanks.